This week, guys, change is happening across the nation. We had an election in November and we have a new administration. This is not a political conversation. It's all about change. We switched over yesterday, Monday the 20th. Today's Tuesday the 21st, and we'll see where it goes. But I wanted to talk about change in the grand scheme of things. Republicans, Democrats, independents, libertarians, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody has the ability to, make a judgment whether this change is going to be great for you or not. So be it. That's why we live in this beautiful country called the United States. For me, it's the topic of really just understanding what change does for us and how we can actually overcome the hurdles that we have with change in our businesses, in our personal lives, with family, with anything that's going on in our lives. And I can really, I could talk for a very long time on this, and I don't want to and draw this out. But personally, it's been a struggle for me, a roller coaster ride. And I know we've spoken about this on prior episodes for a very long time. And the anxiety and the nervousness that I have around business and making sure that we hit deadlines and we're taking care of our obligations, whether it be, making sure that we build houses and get them closed on time to, pay the underlying mortgage off, or closing and getting people into houses and making sure that they're completely, satisfied. All those things, wear on me. But one of the things that I want to, discuss is how do you take these changes in stride and be able to make them work for yourself, but also work for your business, work for your personal life. And I think the only way that I know how to really just hit this head on is you have to have faith. Whether you believe there's a God or there's a universe or whatever, you have to have faith. And there's a huge difference between faith and hope. And I too struggle with both. I hope I can get all these tasks done. The other aspect is I have faith that I'm going to get all these tasks done today. So I struggle, period. End of story. And being able to understand how faith and hope works is still a bugaboo for me, to be totally transparent. Faith is something that you can't see, you can't hold, you can't touch. You really have to imagine it in your mind, and you have to really focus in on the things that you want to do, goals. Hoping is just, yeah, I'm hoping this happens. You're not bought into it emotionally and mentally, physically. However, I'm hoping to go to the gym today. Maybe I can start losing some weight. That's kind of where we go with it. And why do you think they have, I think it's called Quitters Friday every January for people that, have put New Year's resolutions together? I think that's really big for us to understand the psychology, up here. Faith. If you truly want something, how badly do you want to accomplish that goal or that thing? And what are you willing to work on for yourself to accomplish it? And for me, it's the struggle with developing properties, making sure that we're closing them on time, making sure cash flow is coming through. And I wake up anxious in the morning, knowing that all of these things are on my head. And I have to start relying on faith that we've put the right team in place. We've got the right people doing the right things and being able to execute on the game plan. Does the game plan change? Yes. Are there things that need to be done better? Yes. But how do we get to that point to where we can wake up in the morning energized, not having to be anxious? I'm still trying to figure out. I'm truly still trying to figure out. And this morning I woke up and my mind was racing. I think it was 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I just sat there and I really connected with what I wanted to do And then I gave it out in faith to God to say, I need your help. I need to place these concerns and worries in your hands. Again, guys, I'm not trying to go spiritual on you, religious or whatever. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. If you like it, great. If you don't, I understand it too. But I'm trying to relate and show you guys that we're anxious. We have a lot going on. There's a lot of things going on in this world from a perspective of political divide. We also have inflation issues. We also have housing challenges. We also have food challenges to where we can't even find eggs. I'm going to Costco. My dad's going to Costco. We can't find eggs for several days because of the bird flu that's going around. Can all of these things make us more anxious? Yes. But what can you do about it? We can't control it. But what we can control is how we react to it in having faith to know that it's going to get better. Is it going to get better in our time and in what we expect? Probably not. There's a timing with the universe. Also, I'm into, The Secret. If you believe in manifestation, positive thoughts equal positive results, that's also there. I mean, they're tied together. If you visualize it in your hand, you can actually get it. We we've become so instant gratification with technology. While I'm shooting this video and shooting this podcast, I'm using my cell phone to actually shoot the video. Yes, instant gratification. But I also know that I've put out 300 plus episodes of this podcast, and it's taken me this long to get to this point to where my podcast is starting to see uh, increases in downloads and people engaging that want to come on the actual program. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. But it's taken me many years to get there. If I would have given up when I first started after, doing 25 or 30 podcasts, I would never have gotten here. But the struggle that we tend to ignore is the instant gratification all of this. We're quick to, and guys, I'm just going to peel the Band-Aid off. We're quick to jump onto an anti-anxiety medication. We're quick to, pop something to see if it changes our lives when we don't really want to reflect and step back and understand what's causing the anxiety and what can we do to get better. It's hard work. It's dedication to be able to change and be able to find a better way to attack it. By all means, I am zero perfect. I am struggling with all of this today, but I'm telling you from my personal perspective and opinion that we can actually do a lot better when it comes to fighting through anxiety and making sure that we know where to go with it. Because ultimately, anxiety will eat us alive and we'll get nothing done. We'll just be stuck in paralysis mode. And none of us want that. And the way I know how I feel at times as I'm shooting this video, my stomach is tossing and turning a little bit because of all the things that I have in my head. And I need to be focused on giving you guys the best quality of a podcast episode, the best quality of a video. And I'm not. I am sidetracked with all of my thoughts. So I've already failed in this aspect. But what can I do? I keep moving forward. I keep shooting this video. I keep giving you guys podcasts week after week. I'm trying to get better each and every day. But I have to show up. And I'm not saying ignore your problems. I'm saying find a way to work with them and find a way that you can actually manage them and then be able to get them resolved. And I know the only way to do that is through faith, putting your anxieties and your problems into his hands. That's the way I'm trying to do this. I'm still learning. I am still fighting this process because I can't see it, but I am working on manifesting and being able to visualize all these things that I'm working on and these things that are troubling me are taken care of because I want to be a great servant and be able to help others. And that's one of the things that I know is missing in my life is going out and helping others. I want to find something I'm passionate about. And one of the things I used to do when I was in my corporate, my corporate job was we would go to food banks and we would donate 3 or 4 hours a week and pack, boxes or put together food and so forth. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to try to, not trying, I'm going to find a way to do that. The unfortunate thing is where I live in Arizona, the closest food bank is like a 40-minute drive. So I have to figure out how to play that, put that all together and make it work. Am I going to find a way? Yes. Is it going to take me a few minutes? Probably so. Because ultimately, I'm not going to move as quickly as I should because I have fear in it. And I'm trying to overcome the anxiety and fear in this process. And you're asking, why am I nervous? I don't know. There shouldn't be because I truly get joy out of serving others and helping others. It brings so much gratitude and happiness to me. But I don't know why I'm scared. Maybe because I'm going to do it by myself. I don't know. But it's something I have to fight through. And the only way I know how to fight through is to have faith and place it in his hands to make sure that I am moving forward and taking that anxiety off of my plate, off of my head, and focusing in on the things that are going to change the business for the positive, getting things done, and making sure that I'm in the right headspace to push the business forward, help me personally, help me, with the family. I want to be the best person I can. But if I'm always constantly anxious, it just doesn't work. So, guys, I hope this helps. I was being as transparent as I can today. If you're struggling with anxiety and so forth, feel free to reach out. Love to have a conversation, but don't just sit in it. Find some help, do something about it because ultimately it's going to get better. Have a great one, guys. Talk to you later.